184 lives were lost on September 11, 2001, when al-Qaeda terrorists hijacked American Airlines Flight 77 and crashed into the Pentagon. Jeannie Ryan spoke with 3 survivors who walked out of the rubble.
That morning, I received a call from my wife, Hope, and she said, "Turn on the TV." I said, "There's something going on in New York."
A friend had called from Fort Belvoir, about 10 miles south of the Pentagon, and she jokingly said, "The Pentagon's next, you probably ought to get out."
And then all of a sudden, there's just this tremendous explosion. I've never heard anything like it before.
You can feel the building shake. You can feel the walls giving way as the explosion makes its way to you, and you have time to process, this is probably not good, and was blown about 20 feet into what used to be the office next door. And it all happened so quickly that I still had the phone in my hand.
I remember seeing a ball of fire just come right over my head, right across the top of the ceiling, and I was blown through the air. I suffered 2nd and 3rd degree burns, over 38% of my body.
The chair on top of me, cubicles on top of me. I crawl out. My colleague Dave Fail was saying, "Carl," 5 times he calls my name. I finally, come to and say, "Yeah, I'm okay."
We just started climbing over walls and debris.
And then I remember going up the steps to go out into the courtyard, and then this gentleman handed me off to somebody else who took me down into the center courtyard.
The one thing that Dave and I both shared was that we both had military experience. We both had combat lifesaver type training, and so we just, the one thing is, if you see somebody that you may be going into shock, you help them, you talk to them.
As they would come out and they would be left with us, and then the litter teams would go back in for more, and we just started, Carl Monken and I and others would just start triaging them.
I had 24 friends who were murdered that day.
Miss Mita Waller, and she was a spunky person, and she died.
On that day, I saw that it doesn't matter if you were red state or blue state. It doesn't matter if you were black or white. It doesn't matter if you were born again or not. On that day, all I saw were humans, Americans, coming together.
If we don't learn from history, we're doomed to repeat it. We're destined to repeat it. And so I just hope that America and the citizens will remember what happened that day and will not let it die as time goes by.